What's up, guys? Crypto Savvy here. I hope everybody had a fabulous weekend, and I want to wish you a fabulous Monday. We're going to take a look at the charts. Bakkt launched yesterday, and we really haven't seen any reaction yet. Will we? Well, we'll talk about it. Also, I want to remind you guys there is a free Discord group in the description below the video. Definitely check it out. It is an awesome community. If you want somewhere to hang out and just chit-chat about crypto, learn a little bit about trading or whatnot, join the Discord. It's totally free. There's some other affiliate links in there also that really help the channel out and keep this content free. So definitely check them out. If you can use them, great. If you can't, that's okay too. Let's get into the charts. All right, guys, as always, I want to start out by saying I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is my opinion and my view of the market only. Anybody that's doing any trading or investing, I suggest you do your own due diligence and your own research, as this market is extremely volatile and risky. Also, keep in mind it's still a speculative market. Do not put in more than you're willing to lose. And with that being said, if you're new here, you haven't already, definitely hit the subscribe button. That'll get you subscribed to the channel. I post daily updates every single day to keep you guys updated. Also, if you tick the notification bell, that'll get you notified when I post new videos. Smash those likes. Take a second out. Smash the likes. Leave your comments. Let me know what you think. All right, so we are looking at Bitcoin on the 4-hour. Yesterday, I had this target here. Well, we've had this target here for a few days at 99, around the 99.50 range, and we're still hovering back and forth around it. We did drop below, and I said if we drop below and closed at least a 4-hour candle, if we opened and closed it below here, which we have not done yet, if we do close this 4-hour that we're on, there's possibility we go all the way down as far as the $9,600 range. That's if we pass this 98.50. If we drop below 98.50, guys, we're most likely headed to the 96 range. If that breaks, I'd be looking at the 9,300, which is the trend line off these 2 wicks here. It's actually around 93.50, somewhere in that range. It's actually a little up. Well, right around in that area. So keep an eye on that. Watch that 98.50. If that doesn't hold, we're most likely coming down to the 96. I do believe we are going to have a hell of a push up soon, guys. And as you guys know, we've been watching this bull flag here in green. And another thing I want to point out for those of you that haven't seen yet on this bull flag, let me show you. Normally on a bull flag, you have A, B, C, D, and E does not have to come down and touch. You only need 2 touches on the bottom for a bull flag, and usually in the median of this is where it bounces. So I do have this red target at the 84 or 88.50 range, and if we look at the weekly, show you how I got that. That is right at the 200 EMA. Actually, no, that 200 EMA is the 94. So let me go back over there real quick. Look at the daily. Yeah, the daily would be the 200 EMA. That's that 88.40 range. I don't think that we're going to go there, guys, but if we do, it's probably going to be a quick wick, and that's what I was talking about in the beginning. If we do hit any of these lower targets here, guys, I do believe it's going to be a quick wick and back up, because I do ultimately think we're going to break the top of this bull flag. And again, this is my opinion, not financial advice, but that's what I'm looking at right now. Let's look at the RSI. So looking at the RSI, you guys know we were in this falling channel. We popped out of it here, and we came into this falling broadening wedge, which we popped out of here, and formed another falling broadening wedge, which we popped out of here, came back in. This was more so a bear trap, guys. We did get support again off this, so that could mean we are done with this drop here and going to continue up. The top of the bull flag here, if we went up within, we got up here today, it'd be around the 10,470 range. If that breaks, I would be looking for the 10,900 range, which is this old resistance back here. And if that breaks, guys, I think it's going to be fireworks big time. keep in mind, usually if we break a bull flag, we come up and then we come back down to retest it. That doesn't have to happen if we get a lot of people FOMOing in or a lot of short squeezes here. Then that doesn't have to happen. It doesn't have to retest. So keep that in mind. Let's look at the daily here. And we've been watching this bull flag in the daily. And if you look at the volume is still declining rapidly, guys. Definitely a big move coming. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. There is a huge move coming. Let's take a look at the higher targets if we were to break that bull flag and see where that would lead us. If we took a measured move of just the channel here to where we would break out, that gets us up to the 10,000 or the 14,500. The next measured move is the measured move of this flag pull here, and put it to where we may break out. That gets us up to around this 17,000 range. Now let's look at the RSI. And as you guys know, we have been watching this falling broadening wedge in the RSI, which we popped out of, came back down, tested it for support. This will be the telltale of if we are going to go down one more step. And that you can see I have this channel drawn in here. These are equal lines. That's how you want your channels to be. You don't want them to be offset. So if we look at it, it looks like if we close here and our next 4-hour candle goes up, we're most likely going to test the top of this. And this is a bullish sign when it's in a falling channel. So if we come up and break the top of this, guys, we are most likely going to have some huge moves up. And this is the daily, so this could take a couple days to get up here. But it is looking bullish still in the long term. I do believe we are going to break this bull flag to the upside and continue our parabolic run. No, people think we have to retrace a lot more. Guys, we've been in this accumulation, or whatever you want to call it, consolidation. I think it's a reaccumulation phase. But we've been in this for months now. So the longer we're in this, the less likely it is we have to have a big drop in the correction. Like I said, in this falling channel, we are bottomed here. That would mean we're going to go up from here. Now, if we break through the bottom of this channel in the RSI, then we could be looking at this 9,600. And if that doesn't hold, 9,300. That 9,600 would line up pretty good with the top of this falling wedge. So keep an eye on that if this breaks, guys. I don't think it's gonna, but keep in mind it's possible. I do think we're most likely going to get a nice bounce here. Let's look at the weekly. And my favorite RSI. We've been watching this falling broadening wedge here, making lower lows in the RSI and higher lows in the price action. That is hidden bullish divergence, guys. We seem to be getting support off the 13 EMA here right now in the weekly. The 21 EMA would be right here around 93.50 on the weekly. So keep that in mind. That was one of our targets. So I do want to show you guys why I still believe we could hit 46,000 and what will invalidate it. It would be invalidated if we don't get to the 20,000 by November. Like I said, I do believe this flag is going to break up here. Now, if we look back in 2017, where we broke this other flag here, this is like a mini version of what's happening now. In my opinion, we are making a bigger replication of this right here. And I know a lot of people say you can't compare 17 with this. That's right. But we look here, and I believe this is what's going on. This cycle here is going to repeat over here. Let's go back over there now. Whoops. That's not wanted. All right. So if we look at the breakout from September, we broke out and went up 96% from this flag here. If we were to break out here, move this down to where the flag is. That was a 96% gain. This would be a 95% gain to get us to 20,000. If you see this trend line here, the 20,000 would line up with the November. And if you look from November to December, we went from 4,000 or 8,000 all the way up to 20,000 in about 3.5 weeks. That was 146% gain. To get to the 46,000 here from November to December would be about 124% gain. Now, when we first started talking about this, we've been talking about the gold versus the gold weekly versus the Bitcoin daily chart. We first started talking about this. Everybody was for it. It was going to happen. Blah, blah, blah. Now everybody is so bearish and thinks it can't happen, but nothing has changed in the big picture. Like I just showed you, everything's still the same. If I change my mind, guys, you will be the first to know. But as of now, my target is still 46K by the end of the year, in my opinion. As crazy as that may sound to most of you guys, I know the bears hate to hear that and think it's a bunch of horse shit, but I truly believe it. And like I said, if we were to break down, you know, from here, then, you know, I'd be willing to say maybe that's not going to happen. We do have our 55 EMA here at the $7,800 range. So keep that in mind. It's possible. As you can see over here, we did have a dip down to test the bottom of that flag. Again, guys, that doesn't have to happen here, which I don't think it's gonna. But yeah, you can see the volume, same thing within this bull flag here. We are declining volume big time. I do think this is the week for the breakout. I thought maybe it would happen this weekend. And Bakkt open didn't have a huge effect right away, but I didn't think it would. If you guys been watching the live streams, I was kind of iffy about how it was going to happen, but I think in the long term, definitely Bakkt's going to help. Let's go over to Litecoin. All right, so Litecoin, we'll look at the RSI first. We have this rising channel in the RSI. We had a little dip here, which I believe to have been a bear trap, which was these two candles right here. That was the dip out of there, and we shot right back up. So if you look at the EMAs here, guys, it's very bullish. The 8 EMA is about to cross back over the 55 EMA. Our other EMAs are still up here. Let's go to the 1 hour just real quick. Yeah, same thing. Everything's looking to cross the 200 EMA here in the 1 hour. Looking pretty bullish. I do have that target down there at the $70 range, which is still possible. That was just a measurement, measuring this as an A, B, and a C. And if we take it from there over to here, that gets us our $70 range. So that still is possible, guys, that we go down to this 70. It's actually looking less likely now, but keep in mind it is possible. Now let's look at my other measured moves. This 81.61 I had off of this falling channel here, the measured move from where we broke out. That would be the $81 range. I have a bigger one also. Looking at this blue line right here as the resistance, down here as the support, we take a measured move of where that broke out. That gets me up to around the $91 range. Again, guys, this takes time. It doesn't mean we shoot straight up to these targets. But unless we break this $70 target on Litecoin, I don't see these lower lows. So keep an eye on that. If we break 70, we could possibly be going all the way down to 61. I think that's highly unlikely, but keep an eye on it. Still good possibility we come down to bounce off of this. Let's look at a bigger, actually, going to the daily. All right, gonna look at the daily, and we'll look at the RSI first. RSI is looking good in the daily. We had this falling channel. Then in here we had a falling broadening wedge, which we popped out of, then popped out of the channel, came back down. We've tested it for support and gotten support. So on the daily, we're looking extremely good here, guys. All right, now let's look at the price action. I'll show you some targets in the daily, what we've been watching. First target being 170, and that is a measured move of the breakout of this falling broadening wedge in yellow, which we have broken out of. And the measured move of that, bring it up to where we broke out, gets us up to the $170 range. The next target is looking at this as a cup and a handle. This being the cup, and this being the handle, and the neckline being at 146. If we were to break that neckline, we take a measured move of the cup up to the neckline. That gets us up to the $270 range. Look at the weekly. All right, so we're looking at the weekly chart. I want to point out, for those of you that think Litecoin is dead, back here, 2017, same thing. We had a 65% drop from August to September. That brought us from $98 all the way down to $33. We had a 57% drop from June of this year to August of this year. I do believe we are going to have a nice run up here real soon, guys, with Litecoin, just like Bitcoin. And if we look, it took us to November of 2017 to get back up from that 30 to the $98 range. And then from November to December, we made another 326% gain, which got us up to $420 range. So we went from $90 to $420 range. Again, just like in Bitcoin, people are losing hope that we can't hit these targets by the end of the year, but I believe we can. Like I said, from November to December, we made a 328% gain. So if we get back up to the 146 by November, break that cup and handle, we could see around the $580 range, which would be a 300% gain by December. As crazy as that seems, guys, it is definitely possible. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I still think we're going to break this flag here, which is going to be good for Litecoin and Bitcoin. Bitcoin will lead the way on this one if it breaks that flag. So anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, definitely subscribe by clicking the Crypto Savvy logo above my head. Smash the like buttons, really helps the channel out, guys. Leave your comments, let me know what you think and where Bitcoin's headed and if Bakkt is going to help. Also, make sure you share the video, and this is my wife's webpage. There's a link to it below. It's Ink Your Image. If you guys want to check that out, this really helps support the channel. There's a lot of good stuff in here. T-shirts, hats, coffee mugs, koozies, and those signs. There's 3 different size signs in there. These are aluminum signs, the same ones I'm giving out. So yeah, check it out. Really helps support the channel, guys. And thank you so much for coming by. I will talk to you tomorrow.